In the grand theater of Roland Garros, under the weight of history and against the backdrop of pressure only the sport's grandest stages can deliver, Carlos Alcaraz rose, not like a star, but like a force of nature. His young rival, Jannik Sinner, looked invincible. He had crushed opponents, dominated rallies, and dictated the narrative of this French Open final for most of 5 brutal, elegant, punishing sets. He stood on the edge of glory, holding not 1, not 2, but 3 championship points in the 4th set. He could smell the title. He could taste legacy. But across the net stood Alcaraz, wiry, fire-eyed, unbent. At 0-40, 3-5 down in the 4th, Alcaraz didn't flinch. He didn't panic. He wiped the sweat from his brow, looked at the looming scoreboard, and instead of crumbling, he transformed. He dug into the red clay of Court Philippe Chatrier as if it were home, as if the entire arena were part of his DNA. In those moments, pressure did not break him, it built him. It sharpened him. He saved one championship point, then another, then another. Each return, each rally, was forged with intent, born from something deeper than talent. From belief. From instinct. From something primeval that only champions carry in their bloodstream. The roars came next. He didn't just stay alive. He ignited. Each fist pump shook the clay. Each scream echoed louder. Each step took him not just closer to Sinner but to something greater, a destiny he refused to surrender. Alcaraz clawed his way out of defeat's jaws, and turned the match on its head. The 3rd set had been a lifeline, but the 4th was survival. By the 5th, it was transformation. We watched history redefine itself in real time. 2 men, barely into their mid-20s, creating a final that would be talked about in tennis circles for decades. But only one could seize the crown. And in that final tiebreak, Alcaraz did not blink. He tore through it like a man possessed, as if the 5 hours and 29 minutes that came before had only fueled him. 10 points to 2. Ruthless. Clinical. Unrelenting. Jannik Sinner, the man poised to win a 3rd straight Grand Slam, could only watch as Alcaraz streaked past him. The match ended. The crowd erupted. But even then, Alcaraz stood tall, not merely victorious but mythologized. He had done the impossible. He had stared down defeat, not once, but 3 times, and had the audacity to overcome it. He had defended his Roland Garros title. He had claimed a 5th major. He had remained perfect in slam finals. More than that, he had joined that exclusive, rarefied air, men who have come back from championship points in a major final and refused to yield. I think the real champions are made in situations when you deal with that pressure, he said afterward, voice steady, eyes still alight. That's why I saw my best tennis in crucial moments, and that's why I saw my best tennis in those difficult situations. And that, perhaps, is the true mark of greatness. Not the trophies, not the records, but the resilience. To fall and rise again. To face the abyss and smile. To carry the expectations of a nation, a generation, a sport, and still play free. Carlos Alcaraz did not just win a tennis match. He authored a masterpiece. He painted it in sweat and clay and willpower. He made every second count. This was tennis at its purest. At its fiercest. At its most human. The world may remember the scoreline. 4-6, 6-7, 6-4, 7-6, 7-6, 10-2. They may remember the time, 5 hours, 29 minutes. They will certainly remember the final tiebreak. But they will never forget the feeling. The gasp when he saved the 3rd championship point. The explosion of cheers when he forced the 5th. The electricity that danced through the stands as he raced through the final breaker. It wasn't just the longest French Open final in history. It was among the greatest tennis matches ever played. A duel not just of skill, but of soul. Where Alcaraz proved, beyond all doubt, that champions aren't born, they are built. They are built in crisis. They are built under pressure. They are built in fire. And from that fire, Carlos Alcaraz emerged not just victorious, but immortal. On the red clay of Paris, he didn't just defend a title. He defended a legacy. He defended belief. He defended the very spirit of the sport. And in doing so, he became something more. He became legend.